is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Boadu TV is in the Busema Muna Kwaba. Last week, Okatakyie Afrifa mensa kwa Sharaf asem say Mahamadi Ghana sika na emano na wode ye Ghana boxing no. Amanfo dinatem Obama Mugabe Paka amanfo twana da pa fiasha se gari nyina ba kebi. Twene dwuna se pe eni nipa o kebi ma no. Atwene so say yampa. Nesis fo sika na Mahamadi ama ne ba nso mfa kwa about. Okatakyie say hey Anthony Joshua ansa no beba program asene ni beba ho no utimi charge $2 million nyina Anthony Joshua nti ba ba ya amanfo ni age na Sharaf de Joshua ba no waje wa man sa waje ene neska komo o se Kufado ba ko big restaurant mo kanya se Kufado ba e de no for ne papa memu na Mahama enka ba boxing ya oba eno begijine mu say obegina boxing ni mo abra ye wo Ghana Boxing Authority ho ye wo sports kwanwa ho eno Kofi Adams ntimi ya mana Sharaf media ni me na onye sports minister wa fire pa obi age nchefa Sadick ni nyina Obama ni nyina age nchefa na oba bi nso kasa o se ne passport na ye dey fancy okuja to abra kwa omo nyina asemo yenkoti na fake doctors no so fake doctors e wo Mahama memu no odo mu nyina di atudwa
ana mo se de makoka Sharaf asem enti die bayi yanti bida boxers ne se die yi ma men kan boxing ho asem na sports journalist fo no se die yi ma men kan sports ho asem ana morning show fo ne yetwetwe scam mo no o mo didi Okatakyie atem because makoka Sharaf asem na Sharaf de moja chan adui na ho ahwan ojonso de krudo yo magana kimi yanka oni jomama asem Kufado badie ebetimi aka wona na mamamu mu a there is a problem with it na mom se jomama ba ene na mamamu ni mu a there is no problem with it precisely you picture free so I'm not against or no boy no
never
I am not against him. Let's state that record clear. It's not about the guy.
Exactly.
And make some catch it. No offer. And then neck down. So now, when you say Kofi down, so be cancel. My minty mean train no offer. And Kofi down so buy and my say when you new bano. Lordina, the men cannot send you. Tomorrow, Lordina men cannot send for a while. And was I didn't offer see dear buy and to me call you know. Come make you Roman father. And you Kofi down so. Oh, guys was even offer that was be you free. You know. You offer. And they say no. Confidence in your biology na ne. Ayi we no. Sharaf de. Me you o free. Just dan crofone ne ma no mo keka na me be school yi o. Why? Eti nya Sharaf. Na mom na konta ne dem uniform enye. John dem uniform. Confidence o ma bio. E ma wa konta me uniform enye yi. E so ne Malam Yohane do na ebu man. Ti me uniform a. And I know say me me nua asafo JNDC kasa. Ono so won so yi president ma free na na me say na me uniform say. Enye. Asa for jay anti enye yi won na ebu man ti afi wo mo se makobusa se Sharaf nya sika wai na no kura no hwe ye passing comment exactly me ya na me am ka se won ba betwuma da pa eti ye nyai afi ebinum so Sharaf ne papa ne papa nua na Ibrahim mama no mo was candidate na Kufado de no mo ne busuafo no mbo kube na no mo bo ansa no mo ba ba mu ahu na obi ane na ba ye chief justice Kufado na ne papa ye chief justice of the republic Kufado edu de Kufado who ye chief justice of the republic Kufado papa ba ye president of the republic what is say nipa no mo ni what it takes to open a restaurant precisely tie de make yi hypocrisy bekumo pound for pound mo hypocrisy bekumo exactly so ebebo mo tri so and no ye ka betie Kufado de no because it was wrong precisely this whole idea say ye to abama obi a dek na na busuafo ne na musa and as a nation we are accepting that nonsense as a norm. Exactly. What nation is this? Ya to abama obi all of a sudden be na na yirate foundation na why omo opposition who foundation da na na yirate foundation no na odin na private companies so Mumra me support it. Oh yes, it is a dream now. Why? When I took home and Mbeka say, I could for the $25 million contract. I'm an ebasu on Conco Penti a year you were at work. Akola Iba catch them say, and you won't know a your contract here. Now your private companies na asona say. What's the one printer? Mobile I want to me for a contract in the match. But I no kurano. Me will problem with it. If so, you're president bar. Now call private individual. So we call pay sponsorship. Private individual or interest. It was the ever sponsor.
Let them know.
Or we also are watching a woman someone say be ya buying ma against them. And you want it tell oil. So best sponsor Sharaf. By virtue of Sharaf being in close proximity with the president. So how are we accepting the norm? Say so be papa by your president. All of a sudden that person can be going around soliciting for funds from it will cost money 2 million Ghana cedi, 2 million 5,000, and you are using it as a yardstick because who for the
exactly so.
Sharaf nina mamemu. Sadenya Sharaf organize boxing. Eye kama. It boxing for say me and Kawasem. It is even an affront. Adewe eyenim guasiama muankasa as a nation. Omaya yetimwa. Your Ghana Boxing Authority. Your Sports Authority, National Sports Authority. Your Ministry of Sports. Also say Ghana Boxing Authority. National Sports Authority, Ministry of Sports. Say huge national institutions. Omuntimi organize boxing just a Sharaf na co-organize.
Hypocrites.
When you correct. So when I say obi use state power and you building a ma and you're wrong. And they obi use state power and you building a ma. Yankee anuntum. Oko kanimiya Sadick Adams say you organize it be 2024. One and name say 2024. John Mahama was a potential president. And don't forget, John Mahama has become a president before and now coming. So by virtue of so even former president in it alone. And on the ma ye friend be a influence peddler. What is one amoke can say hunu? Sekadechia ko kan de enka bi da. Se Sharaf ye boxing adie no. Why adie? There's nothing wrong. Me kan kwa me ka say kwa adie. Na so say de na no mo ye no. Ye busa mo the same question. Mo se mo nti bi da. Ade na mo nti bi da. Matimi mutu bi na hwiama no because e Sharaf. Me and my Sharaf no no ne me target. I'm questioning ye de ye no. Say ya the papa. Ya to ade abama obi a. All of a sudden abusuafo all ni awura mamu anim. Young Conquer video President Mahama chere the entire will see Bukom Arena. Young Conquer. So you will realize that President Mahama, ni vision I know your president want to say Obama Bukom Arena. Abe sports a year a boxing for ni na be juma.
Precisely.
Instead so be use state institutions. Ghana Boxing Authority. Ghana Sports Authority. Now all their builders are there no. Or the neba na lead their builders are there no. And I must say me in question. Because they be why are successful? Yes, it is okay. Now a whole sports authority, Ghana Boxing Authority, and the sports ministry, Kofi Adams. Someone to me organize a successful boxing match. And to me for Anthony Joshua Madia. And you must show one Sharaf made ministry there. Some funubano. Me asun kwa didi. Afi o mo se mentibida.
Fire them.
Cause a Sharaf. The Kufuado badie. Okobi a restaurant. Ni a trantro restaurant here see 6 million wa. Mo ha money trantro. Am ye jitum. Ya kind of say am pamene mo ya adwene. Kufuado ban mo ne na mamam. If so yes adia. Young Congo code of conduct no no Jomama na nkasa ne ba. E da ne hwehwe Jomama video. A wo ka se de enti o si Bukom boxing arena nie. It's a wo yes wo pese wo promote boxing. Make an na no ayimi agasa bi no Bukom Banku. Ono so abeka bi. Asam na richi. Wa hwa ono wo ka no. Se mre bi obeka so feel me pa. Eti wo ye no wani di matem. Omo maka no de. Ayite policy ni tiri ho se bosompani no odi di matem. Ani asi Joshua Cloth ni ade se ne be hwehwe katakye ni abo no. Anya de here ni. Joshua Cloth wo obo boxing nya millions of dollars. Want him men fa bia ma me promote Ghana boxing. Na we suko no ma we wo nana na o say wo mra me promote Ghana boxing ma.
What a shame.
What a shame.
What a shame.
Joshua Cloth is one TB da. Ade no so ye per lasting solution. It was China say President Mahama bani ni ho a. Obi antimi promote boxing bio. Ni you state institutions na ka boxers no mo ho atomo. Ade na make am monte ase. Ade na make am monte ase.
For pound.
Ade ba no. Ni an kan okure okure ni musa. Huh? And the banner. Deck. And run a Yakufuado ba. Yenina Cassetti. And a Sharaf. And I'm saying it's not even about Sharaf.
Never.
It could have been me, it could have been General, it could have been anybody.
Precisely.
So it's not about Sharaf.
Exactly.
But it is the idea here to Obama Ubia. All of a sudden, the bush of Ramuna, also private institutions and a sponsor. It is Talo Oil. Now, what's Sadick Adams who free this sports at here? It is Sadick Adams can say, can you mention correct? Say, no, what truck at Talo Oil on Bema sponsorship for sports. And yen free for a second, let's pretend that your mama yes Sharaf papa. Our your president. It is Sharaf free truck at Talo Oil. And one best sponsor. Even among Kanokresa. So by proximity to power, he is using it for other nyoma. Yakan was him say you're wrong.
Exactly. So
Sekufado ye nenya and ne your mama by ya and yet
Wrong.
Mosi Yankee Anuntu.
that's what they know.
Ghana Boxing Authority. Saudi Anthony Joshua by Asam Ketwa. And the young site Danny, there is a video I made sure said you see Bookie Anthony Joshua make appearance. Sometimes what charge even $2 million.
Precisely. So
$2 million.
all the people.
Before so, and I'm going to buy the president free. They go free. Imagine this cash
Appearance fee.
appearance fee. Or charges sometimes as high as $2 million.
Exactly. So
Na ya kase. Mun use state institutions no fanye. Most mun use state institutions. Ye ba me ya ba lidi. Anya de papa. Anthony Joshua wonye charity organization. Oh ye event na peso oba na manfo na ni be di akira. Said oba ye manfo na ni adi akira. Na mo mun use National Sports Authority.
Exactly.
Mun use Ghana Boxing Authority.
Oh, them
Na munya nsem hunu no.
hypocritical people.
Aja ba no. Sa Sharaf so and I know Sadick Adams who no sports in the call report to say Sharaf no we a footballer born wo Bobby way wo Bobby da bay and all of a sudden you champions and you see your boxing coach da onu na ba beli na say that be you wrong
Exactly.
you must state institutions in championing say ba ya wo chena say your mama ni aban mu a
Oh, them
still and boxers and mo betomo be ka bibi aboa mu a moment to and I'm saying this ya fra mo nti ya ka mo se dey ya ba hwehwe na ni abo no enye de ehia ni awonde kro na awa ba hwehwe ka de chi no ababo no fa koje ai titles bra ana aka say emre sa say me hwehwe ka te chi ai babo na no ehunura me ana ehunura okay, I'm so now you'll be destroyed. Now, meaning why people are so fixated on being destroyed or being. Something must be destroyed anyways. Somebody must be destroyed anyways. Why do we live in a world where we feel so self-important? They say, Munyansem hunu na mutimi rewura obia. Sadi ya kan bi na no kire kufu adaba. Sadi ya beka bi a kire mo. Oba ya wo de Sharaf ne namu a utu kwan kura na at the expense of the taxpayer. Na de ne ka hoko. Meka ya na ojaye. Yes, sir. And we are accepting this nonsense. Abanye nya to abama abanye na president baya na ne wo fa ase mabie foundation ne nana mabie foundation ne yire mabie o ya so da bi private institutions na support me. Why they name say private institutions? Because we are closer to power until no muslo support you.
Expose them.
Sharaf no anka say onye president mama a oye president ba. Wo tworo krata ko ba bi obebu ano. So you so ono anka sa ni position no. To intimidate people.
Exactly.
What's me yanka? Yanko code of conduct na president mama. I sure ya dem ministers. E wa bra wo no ani so. Yanko go 1.5. Code of conduct. Yanko point 1.5.
Read it to them.
Ni reading kire wo. It was ministers more involved or more families. Which were likely or is likely to conflict. Nema mu di Obama families and nema memu. Which is likely to conflict. And when for ya omone wo ba no didi agoro no. Enya oba no pe na asem. By virtue of the fact that Obama papa ye president.
Expose them.
It is all kobusa omu bibia. Omu ni say. Cause one former president ba. Watching no. President Mama make can say in all of these dealings on far phone Mfre will be introduced to Nebano. Is that no influence peddling? Is that no influence peddling? Are you not using the state or position as a president to influence some of these things? I feel you come Mianka. You come in Madapa. I'm a someone come and so on back. And I hear the Sharaf and movie Bitiano. But the Sharaf ye day, men want to qua. But they are wrong. A Kufado banner ye and they are wrong. Sakufado so no sin and this one doing so Obama creative arts na kosonya it will buy and a banner so work creative art. And no cassette here. And then your mama sin and this one doing a boxing. Or buy and a banner LED. And then the Muslim and Cassentia. Muslim
Mr. Dreamer.
I never know. Now you're ready code of conduct. Danny Biamunian ready code of conduct. Eh? Danny Biamunian ready code of conduct. Now what your code of conduct, Mama Mfona? Was a conflict of interest may be direct or indirect in nature. Your code of conduct, no. Your president, Mama, the ministers so was a conflict of interest may be direct or indirect in nature. And may arise due to influence and power of the minister. The minister holds. So the influence and the power of the president is where Talomode who ebe sponsor neba. Yes, Montiasi, Dietra Montiasi. Pakawosi, we na make a Dietra Diasi. Also may arise due to the influence and power of the minister holds, both in his or her sectorial responsibilities as a member of the cabinet. B, may be pecuniary, that is arising the minister's direct financial interest, or non-pecuniary involving a family member or close associate. So, a family member or close associate, it will be perceived as conflict of interest.
Let them know.
It's your mama. Nemo money banning in the moon or we a private individual, may per sponsorship, we a private in may per sponsorship. And you say we should continue as a nation with this behavior. Is that how we want to build a nation? After being a president to be our bar, the Bariba could pay BB keke, well, and your boxing. Instead, I know your creative art. And then the way the boxing. But I could be a bar. One of the Adua Yanis what to what you draws mama. As was one woman, one panty. It's a private individual, as a moment sponsor. I have a more sponsor we are. When you are 10 million, no, the more one see depend one quakoye. No, keep it the aka. So using state power to build their own children.
Precisely.
And most say no, me accept it. Because me I am me. How is that I am here?
Never.
President Mahama is so generous. You want to be that. The entire young one is to be done. Say, Obi Awabaye former president. Now also buy president. It's even when you're former president, you know, enough to influence some of these things.
Precisely so.
It's your year in 2024. No. Oh, Sadick Bukom. Sharaf, when you're the president Mahama, and Kawaba also be person that can't remember. What kind of Korean you know to be our one soon going to be? I never know. You can read 1 point. Identify the other one. You reading near rally. Point 1.53. You can go read the rally. Was it interest of family and personal friends? Public perception is critical factor in maintaining trust and accountability. And I'm sure President Mama, the code of conduct. Also, public perception is a critical factor in maintaining trust and accountability in governance. It is a President Mama Yahweh say public perception is a critical factor there. What does it send to the public?
Ask him.
I never see more Bianca was. Deck. I'm sure code of conduct. President Mama Troy. It was the Ama ministers. Name one word and the bendiso.
Fire the president.
It's above the law.
Or see a conflict may arise if a minister's family member or personal friend that derives or is perceived to derive. So it's not even about deriving, but the perception of deriving.
Exactly.
What President Mama say? Minister or more family members, a conflict may arise if a minister's family member or a personal friend derives or is perceived.
Educates them.
Its perception in itself is enough. What's the ministers in this one? Perceived to derive some personal, financial, or other benefit from a decision or action by the minister or the government. It will be in a mama. It's not a perception. So we use government, you know. After we see ministers in condition, what kind of country is this? Koto de budget. And until you are a track at the Chiada. I'm going to remember that. One for intellectual firepower debate.
Exactly. That's what we want.
Monfa here superior argument mra.
Precisely.
Na kwasiani abua na baga biga no watetana na ngadipa ntana ngonya dai. must when him say did me matem. Onsia de. Mugabe, on Chamber Baga Biga, come Baga Biga, 16 years. No intellectual firepower.
Angel Ben and no Benanti.
Angel ne way nante.
You say you want
Me dear, me no na way minua. Aye dear, yi ne ayi. Wo kwa ka me ho asem na ho ye me hina me mfa course bi. Na be me mfa course bi a ho hini say wa kwa tena wo di matam ni ade. I won't come in that lane with you. Koko sua de.
Precisely.
Sua.
Told him.
Na me kan ye no so there be when I'm border on conflict of interest. Nemo my border on this, it borders on that, it borders on this. Then you bring another argument, I'll bring counter arguments. Ani ye no.
Precisely.
Yes, ani endek. I want sua wo. Have a bag bigger like you. And we've gone past that stage. I am above that nonsense. What I say? It's a moon dear. We me and me prove ya chremo. Code of conduct 1.5.3. Now we see interest of family and personal friends. The perception of people derived in the Quran is against the code of conduct. The president mama do ne mabeti me and nemu. Nemo ministers and manu omu nuanu mo menenemu. No more. What kind of country is this? Sharaf, it's got nothing to do with you as a person. Let's get that clear. I don't hate you. Now you see me yupuku. MPP. That's why I also see you support a good thing. Why does it mean you support a good thing? Mrs. State institutions were what I see usual. My governance here full load. More cheap governance in this country. You accept stupidity. Or in the name of say, Obi a tuaba mobia. The bush and phobia me begumaya de umpibia. Near tuaba momo. Not because you people thought say a problematic. It was because Yaman and Amo benefiting. Tiafa Yamam Kwana made the same thing or even worse. Eboa. Afi did me matter. That time did stop me. Munni muntia. Munya na krokro ne ade no kwa ka no beboa mo a chen de moye ehunhuna Joshua Crotty o se ni di no no wontimi mu obi a ja no kan fo asem kona me yakwan mo mayam build institutions o china se Sharaf ni ho na president mama ni ho a boxers in mbe da survive
Sharaf a just studying na
abe me na me kuma mo no mo sa kikansem hunu se if you don't know and you talk about boxing. Now the boxing is a Kosovo.
I am a punk sabu.
One eye in a punk. Joshua Crotty. Also grab me up boy. The boxers, I know you got this clear. I'm not against anybody helping you to promote. I'm saying we should use the right channels.
Told them.
Let me go there. Tiasia na so pay Sharaf for 70 and they make sense to you. Abu mianga sama bu awo na no obonyom until they make we ase na abu dia na antiase yesi abronkuma egu nhire ne kura na etikuma kodu na be so abribra eti amemo ne hyase no de mo ye na be kire se de mbe ya akoto aso na mo kwan mo ma mo wo faase na mo nana no mu wurawura mu a ebe do ba bi o kanka ti obi afana semonko ewurawura ne de munyai me Sharaf de kura negdan so frame ka me jaika ne mo mehwe mo ho hinti masa betum nchen mo bia ewurawura mo pa yetua sika mamu a wo paka wo se makan send bi na kwa jankwa sesem no ama wo nya sika you say week on week fele so fusku achi be homo ba mo bia di ti me bia djuma ama mo
on the street 140
o say o sorti o mo kadachi 4 years ni ba wo say aka 3 years 4 months e ba wa o
papa bi
ba wa papa amontimi enso mu dia se di nsuo to ye sa na wi abo a won wa wi abo free from da na mo dia mo yakufo do tia me ye mo kwa mo kan kwasesem bia na mo ejoma ama ba darling boy ye makwai baga biga ye makwai you cannot come to Jawa no necessary Mugabe you know sense necessary
precisely
they now we yan first no kwa na nyansa um say they now be kira na obeye Okatakyie jai ne no kwa nyansa um na go try we sugar na be me dey after all me no me ni yenim say ba ko akasa ko jail me ko jail okasa the difference is clear
it is clear
do nim nyansa ri do nim nyansa na manfo ni do yakwase na do anya kwase manfo ni nim
sapepepe
na wo timi di akufo do amemo na tam sa me buru akufo do nua nyina okromu a sata na yemo de and na mo say mo ba after me A broke for the new. And then no canoe correct. And then they may cabitia your mamma by canoe correct. I'm going to say, and I'm going to decide who has credibility or not. And then I could be a mini about a GF in Libya movie video. What's most Okatakyie credible? Okatakyie relevant. And so when Yakasa, I'm one Ramos. 1 week, as my kind of Saturday. We are dear to one passing comment. And we'll keep the records going. No fear, no intimidation, no amount of intimidation will call us into silence. Me, nipa me na wa me nshuru. Me ko Afrifa. Yoko hine. Agona yoko hine. Who royal? Me dey you remember you. Na me ma me agosu abenu wa. I know nim say ne ba no kura me ni 20 years. Say na am say ha adwen no. But nyamo na mo decide. If say dey am mo be hye kura say mo dey ba be say me no. Eno na be pejama kudu greatness.
Exactly.
To be antimi nyam hwe. Never. Se bi onyakopo twedi ampo se mebre ne so a eduru a chuo keteki na ma da wiase ase na me ko precisely if se wiase amete no ye mo ye bia e be ye de be ye what will be and na call Latin kase mo ye se ki sera mo ko di na trem hey ayi pakabo se o yire pani ade ayi mo ye bi ba mo mambiu why they say memmo nya adwuma nso aye se me kan bia no ye beba mo kakra say go after him mo ko didi na tem mo nya ade one district one factory me de matimi aye me create they say journalist for nya one district into 1 week one factory General. Now we never see Sunday. Deck. At the Petran never Sunday. We intellectual firepower. And a mayaba. Makabibi. Also position is saying we are a nation of laws. I was here. Yes, I know here. Who my children may magane. Some say a kabi. Namin kabi. Now for a kabi, I don't know where the betray. And then I want and also you better say soon. You better change why. Because you say, "O mate shock." It you better say so. Simsubio. Woba yes simsu. And then you made bomb so. Unko my yam dadu. Answer sorry. It omo gusu di mu atem krum. You know. Omoka. Agosia. Omo gusu ka. Omo sika de che na edai. Hey. And you amonya ready. Na de na kura so chen di aba no. Fire. More fire. Deck. Catch on said the Eban and a switch and the Abba. I was your and you bedding como. Etinano, I said, you may catch them was a binding a scammer by the Nipa Bebrenua, Mona Moyana Mose, and people in the Bukolongo for. It's Yadian the Keda, Yadian the Jamboree, Yadian, hey, what's a hey, you boy, were your young cool. After revolution for no, I was your. They said, one more yana say, one more fun titles in a good moso. Doctor, a uniade. Emma no by Kui, the Kobe when himself, yes, sir. Deck. And I know they said you could be here. And Yamia, Yadumi, yes, I can. I know. Yawia, yes, about a typewriter, sorry, a computer, Tanko computer. One also, Yaya, we are Pejan in the other buyer. Nipa bear nine or more and this for Doctor Ne, Professor did almost what. Say one munko school question. And also near bachelor. Near Busa G Tech or Moman did say. At 10:23 no Saturday up G Tech. One moment did say, you know, we are near Busa. Hanina, you be this uncle. Me MPP. Send out with the Jan Guamuso. So, hey, I don't have so many more. I'm family. What's it? Uncle Babia. Hey, I won't hear. And near dinner, ye come at the pa. A bit me come at the pa, almost say. Who video swa? Oh, Belfia, how back can you know? A do a ho, ya baba momachi. And you all cano. Now, we need answer say. So, almost have videos natural the Sanadia. And the other Sanibah who is a chain where no crafo. If so, no, not by Mono. What can be my yabibo? None him Yanseni. Hey, Bisabio. What is special in a year? No, why Yania, the word did matter. No, did matter no one, and I bring him mono at his house. I went to know. Was me, ya, my both videos shouldn't be a mamma who said, oh, by and some other kind. na me kan sem ni bi kire maban na eduru momo ne yeso na me ka bi a kire mo dia mo se me kan bi na anu nti se me kan foforo tia mo aban dia be hypocrite na to hypocrite na se wa dwene ne mo ha kosua on tia se oh na dwene mo ha papa bi January eti jeta ke be kwa akọhwe MPP reforms no aba ye di ho nkomo Frank Davis ni ade ejo se wusu ne se we chairman of the reforms in the bend the bay ana omo se ye koto aba ne da bay ye beto ne he na ye dane no abutu ye de free soro ba fom ana ye de be free fom akosoro eno nso na se kire ne nkire mu beba na youth no kura no wan ne beto aba wo he wan mu ne ye makwa mo nso abeka ho am ya to aba ye card bearer member bia ana se ye bie mu makakra beka ho na ye progressive ye de be expansion de be ni nyina be chire mu aha why MPP ni be chire mu ye to aba ne ntem January and October nemra constitution ne kura of the MPP no e de na eka say ye opposition ye to aba da bay eno no de wo mu ye no ebu mra so ana emra no an ye di so ye be chire mamanfo na tiase ye koi no ayi coordinators no omo ye dodo sen ene ye dodo sen na e be ka ho hashi madam semo ayi ayuba any adumensam admens any a different gemensam Bismarck owoso omo amaka Bismarck ayibipoa any anti adumoni ade ewo ayiwiamo ase san ne de beka ho enkansa boache mo san ne de beka mo ne nyina ye bechirim Emmanuel Pon ne Charles Boache mu nyina Dawuta Bere age mu nyina no emo so Kennedy ni ade mu nyina ye bechirim Alimatu ni wono pɛ no ba wo ye coordinator do coordinators 34 ni nyina ye bechirim na se say no kura no constituency executives no mu ye do say chairman dance school general secretary Israel first vice Anyas second vice ni ade mu ye do say ye de send be ba be ka ho organizer no poku frefre wa ye ni ade youth organizer Alpha mu ye de send be ka ho research and elections send ye no Frimpong no nkrofo no send ye no Bernard Ajimai deputy youth no send ye de be ka ho ye be chirema mo nya ni nyina wa why a women's organizer why ye ni ade say Cindy wo call ye ni de mod wo no abesie ni nyina ye be chirim ammonya ntiase et mu benya the understanding here
precisely
timamu nko bia why mu wie nso a general say na no ni ade mame vice president mami omu and the no say or tonkra ma Donald Trump say ni any ade na owie ye no ana president mama nso South African president you call any ade no no so akoka bie any ade ni ewie ye no okuje to ablakwa mirror of justice the true say mirror of justice wo ye ni head of state okuje to the true the head of state wo akosu the other seat ni mo no General eti wono nso no wokoto yini ade na America force dey omo de ban ato Ghana force ana ana afa no mo consider omo Ghana ni bia ntukwa ma America ebadio ye behwe ni nyina why ya kosie ani ade ye be discuss General ba ku ye na anum ko kan no kura na ye passing comment na mamenka mo se ambulance fo ade no ye nwie
Dabita.
Nemo no we no hwe se bo apayo o mo mpese ambulance asem ye beka ni ntino no o mo share da koso ba ku nim so o mo ye no o mo so Sharaf na wakoka na asem General enu kwa na ye passing comment ana o mo ye na ese no o maka me na ko wie se afa de me mmra betum nchene no wo ye nka me jai me meka ye no ye yi no ana Sharaf se wo ye no no okofa yi no wofa ne nek danso eje danso confidence so mi anamba no exactly it wo ye na confidence frame ye ana wo ye se nek danso abiam danso skani no ana wo ye no se ye awrade mpapa na de na me wo fa se afra me se wo ye masere na me se confidence no kura wo ha madwene wo no nek dan wo ye se ne nua ba ne logina eti wo ba no abeka kire me se ja me nua ba ne de yi frame me se wo nua ba me yi na frame and I know about no say me wa fa se no so say one count me ya na say ne wa fa se no so ka me afa me yi wa fa se afiri mu a de me tie an say we sori a ye bebo and now can be wa ne be say nam say da bi enwrenura de ha ya fa ba edi confidence so de oya no wa fa se de wo no nya me target na imum ye busa governance ho asem why we governance president mama ne kofa code of conduct de ma eye ministers na code of conduct ye musa so no awodi so na ne family members ne ne namu and ye be dis an common into details says ye to abama obi a so membu man ya na ne family members ne namu ne ya ne ato abama ne family members no ana ekufa do be ye na enye ene jo mama ye me ye musa questions na mo adwene ye adwuma ni obi antimi hwenu obi a we ye boxer na so hu odin a koko we need titles magana eja nkwasasem no
tell them
enwura
let them know
say ye ka boxing dia betimi akabi e nka bi katache mfo asem ma boxing na ye ka soldier fo asem dia ye ka police asem ye ka economy ho asem ye na mo eduru boxing dia market eche nka bi mo fa boxing nkosi Azerbaijan e ho dia me nka bi Kosovo Costa Rica e ho na me nka ho asem bibia within the nation dia me ka ho asem what enwura bia ni ho mo pa mu ni matem gosi ha ade ba che gosi aga me enwura ni atem didi see dia be dia no so nkomo into detail Anthony Joshua na kwa ne beba ye gisan na Sharaf no ye se 2024 wa ye bi ni nyina be di san komo ti mon twema mu TV ni ade na mbenya nsem nso asa awe ho general resume mu resume
Yohani no
Yohani
we said ya tumu bio
what dia tumu
e ka say aban de
kontumpo aban agoja de a settings aban
kan we ene o kina ne aka mi fufuro
tientie Yohani sempa etredu chichemu dunso e wona Jones de yenti
Danny.
Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses. The Russia-Ukraine conflict cannot possibly be responsible for the suffering we're going through.
A few moments later.
Despite the work we have done in stabilizing the economy, Ghana is not immune from the shocks of global events. Recent events in the Middle East, which involve an exchange of missiles between Israel and Iran, have started to escalate crude oil prices dramatically. I've asked our Minister of Finance and Minister of Energy to keep a close eye on the developments and model the possible impacts on our petroleum prices and prepare measures to protect the recent gains.
Russia and Ukraine's war has also featured prominently on the list of excuses.
When you president mama or opposition and was the MPP for you so Russia Ukraine war I say economy no yes Russia Ukraine war no was why tro yes an worker yes sir tro and ya gi ni di and ya tro abama no buy no so the 5 months a year economy a yenhunu bi da eti ko obaje 11 a year a cedi and ya 2 liter bia so and enro achi a Israel and Iran wamo eden to kwa sumo na no sa wo no na e wo hode da na beba e bi say no ne woni history say mre bi atwam Israel for ne Hamas ne hwanhwan wamo ntokwa na Israel for susu say Iran for hye eye Hamas for no achi a wamo sponsor omo ni ade it is ade they will go after them ne de keka e bi nso a kire say sa wo no eye trade war e bi say ba bia Israel wo no strategically there is a trade route and no America for always want to have a hold of it. If you say America for any control of the Middle East, a China ne be a problem among and it's way be so China for Iran for Russia so tilted towards Iran and America tilted towards Israel and somebody they be na say abedan into kwa missiles and esu and Rajon Mama say despite all the measures we've put together Ghana is not immune. Hey, Nakufado de no ye immune one Nakufado penso de Russia Ukraine war na ntimi nya adwuma nemo Iran but from abebo ama akokotro ho ada ho why akokotro beda ho why from abebo pa ana we ni so we crude oil no agoja Baron a free 62 no. A costro. Yakachera almost a new woman at fuel biaso. A gamma sono. Fuel price and a bar from to I think $62. Now any now it's me to buffer. If you about 42 in your idea. And let me costro. Now costro. A bay increase the price of fuel. The government and fund to so dear. Nay, scam a buying. Or your propaganda. If so, on your save more. Now, okay, you are increasing fuel price on the world market. But then again, we are not going to increase it in this country. What it presupposes means that there's going to be a gap. Or more el bokaguho. Watching a yard, best arbitria. It's propaganda, Nidia. Saying no mudibua. World market price of fuel, a crude, a costra. As a to me affect here. And I'm quite weba. Why? Yamina Maker. War no so Iran a major a year, a oil exporter. Major oil exporter in the world. And Russia so a majority time when to see Russia and Ukraine. Now or more a major producer of oil. I said the Iran so a major producer of oil in the world. Jamaica just say it's to see Iran. It will affect a year world a year production of oil. And we are there after there will be scarcity. It is scarcity no demand and supply. When there is more demand than the supply, prices will automatically skyrocket. What let me just say? Economics some call you cool and fantastic one no, yes, a demand and supply curve. No. When there is more supply than demand, then there will be a price reduction. And when there is more demand than supply, then prices will shoot up. Yes, I know. To your draw when one near your curve, near the Inabishia, maybe a price and a supply. Yes, sir. Becarinina, who cast the cool and a cherry. I was ya, sir. My bendy, my bendy, woman, waiting to Omoyano much yamupa. Eddie, you may preserve my dear, what trust in our wasem on Kanokure. Nana history near Samumbiana and Sanyako. Okay, so general, one more year no mubusase. Now when you know what did in a bay. Machira one more chira. Now all you know so what he was your politics. General, the amount phone in him. No moon in there. And they say the Omafa who dear bell crew mu, a frabro phone. And your woman come on a chassis. Tia de make yi na munsia na munhunu on padisia munsia mo amone mo nananom ntenase me ento by the fireside nkyeremo mo so boku nso mo mfa bi nkan timoti wi ase ye den wo so odi yokohene na yokohene no kwa ne sei general ye ni ade no enna no history me de mo mo ne se 1948 na ayi osu alatamanche ye friend ni kobna boni the third tia de make yi won no na 24th February crossroads. Tie de make yi. Wo mo ye no. Asojafo a wo mo call Second World War kokon ye. Na ayi Britain aban no e promise wo mo se. Se mo kokon tokwa na mo ba. Ye ba mo early retirement ni some benefit. Afi wo mo kwa bomba ye Britain aban no atia governor na mfa mo mo. An wo mo nante so wo mo call ayi ni ade. Wo mo kwaje wo ma de castle. And on the 24th February crossroads shooting. Cooperative private or that telamti and the sergeant ajeti the motin and kanya de and wo mu ewuye ye shutu wo mu we like tienie na ohina no wo osu alatamanche so what the word awam ye ka so be awam what be that yes wo yam awam what be that oti ase onti ase ase ne say awam ne stand for a year Association of West African Merchants. Awam Association of West African Merchants. Exactly. Na 1948. Na omune control a year trade route a free by UK ni adeba. And omo yes omo be stockpile a year product. They kind of hoarding. It omo hoarding na prices cost. Ni nyina ka ho bi ma ni kobna boni the third. A year no see boycott a European product. It omo year what in 1948 riot. We incited the masses against a West African merchant. Exactly. And no didn't talk about a year 1948 riot. No. And no the lead Yama Mount Fonisha asking for a year independence. You form UGCC. I didn't know Muabe year CPP. I did Nico Benaboni the 10. No, you And we hear politics here. And then what's me hine? Ironically, when him said no ye osuala tamanche nyina no. When him said no said hine what techimai. Na hine be na no odi. Techimai.
Let them know.
Na oya yokohine what techimai. Onsua de. Na fe masaba yokohine me ka asem kire mo. Mo so oya yokohine no se be di politics here. E wa abra yokohine na ma mo fa ahodie ba ye. Techimai yokohine. Me kobena boni the third.
Exactly.
If say nkranfo ni di agade. Enti no obedi na na ma me free techimai. Ah oya yokoni. Me ka kire mo say yokofo ni aduane obi aye anuanuma mo nyini. Afi obi odi osuala tamanche. No say di yokohine wo techimai. Na me di yokohine wa asante agona wo so ntia se. Me de ma yoko ensu free gabe. Gabe hine ye menua. Ana me de kwa agona. Me na mua ni ade me kwa hwe na mba na yesi. Onsua. Amamra ni amania ne tetense munsua. Wo wia na atwa madapa. Na madwene ne ntesa wudie no. Me bai. Me beye de obi anye. To ye hine. Yokohine de mia na medie. Na do ma hine. O paduana hine. Wo ye doma o. Efise doma na ye kuro. Ana ye ni ahenie nkronkro. Obeye ye so obi ye kontire. Unsua de. Obi ye jase. Obi ye yankobia. Eti mo madwene modwe se no ni ahenie. Eye war formation. Precisely. Ya kokon ne ye form ye no. Fe yase. Ne ye form ye. Ti yaka so obi yankobia. Onko ba bia. Won ne hwefie.
Educate them.
Yaka so obi ye jase a. Won ne nsafo ne nyina hini ho ayanfie ho kura no. Ne yaka so obi ye nifa hene. So ye nifa hene dia. Ye kokon ye the right wing of the war.
Precisely so.
Ana so obi ye benkum hina. Or ye the left legend of the war.
Exactly.
Ana obi ye konti. Se bantama hene. Or ye konti. And omo ya mo se kontire. Ye nka kontire. E ye konti. Na se tutu a ya babio. Odi kan ba ye no. Ana one bantama hene. Ono ne ne ko ye kosom ye. Amankwatia. Amankwatia tia. One ne ko fe yi ase ko ye kan se denchira kosom ye. Na omo ko akwamu. Na omo da omo ni omo ba ye no one ne mienu nyina no. Nua mada ne nua anu wo kokon na sacha mo kosua akwamu ne de nkyirafo ne wo formation ni ade nyina anu wo bo bantema akonwa ma no se saade ne wo no ekon ne ntima bo akonwa ya ma wo kwa wo de anumfo 300 anum asamwa na edi anim anu wo de wo kwa anu wo de wo ma asafo de enti asafo hene eya akwamu hene wo fa sante no eti kasa akwamu a akwamu ne ye esoro ha na emom tia mo se tutu ko asantememu akodi ade no ana akwamu hene emma anum asamwa li 300 soldiers leadi ye koye na sabi akwamu fo ne ade no no mo tensa wo ni dipa ne nya no ase nya no ase ensa wo mu dipa no onsua de wo ye ne ade nti doma hene kura medical ka kire mo anya bunu ni me ka asemu ya monte wo tete bunu ni asante ntam nyina doma hene anya bunu ni ne nya bunu ni kina dabi wonye bida me ana mpapa no efse doma hene ni nuane akomu hene na so ye bunu ni dia da na ni nuane akomu hene explain doma hene wanya bunu ni se wo ye bunu ni dia anka ye da na ni nuane ye agugufo aduanafo doma hene ye bunu ni dia e da na ni nuane kumawu doma hene ye bunu ni dia e da na ni nuane asumanya enti etukotena wo ye ni ade no se wo free akomu no anu wo tene ya baby a ne kumase mo frɛ ne South Central e ho no obetena woni kwadwokro mu hene kwadwokro mu ni ye cultural center kumase cultural center Wamo ye ni ade no mo ne doma hene ne tewo obiri ye bu awuo ne ba ye na doma hene tu ye ene so okotena wampem na wamunsuo a da bono ne pam mu no okotena ti wampem no otete ho an wa build doma amena ye kese eti okapa dia doma hene ni nchiri ni akwamu wonye bununi ti waye a wo tete abonofo ni asantefo ntam ni ade maka kire me papa munya na semara abonofo mu ni asante nka mu ade me papa wo ebia wo pa bono nso ne so adi ntia ne asi asati we versus them na bono fo no mani di so hene na nso ono ade onye bono ni wono de won kan bono ni won kan honkura wo ya kwamu ni na do ma hene ya kwamu ni
exactly
yes wo ifra kwamu I make catch no me chira na do ma hene nya bono ni
bomb history
it wonya so what tete yi ni ade e de no ayoko hene ne de yedi ye bedi ne ne ye bedi ne china na ye omso na himfie wei enti se okọ ayagona se ye wa himfie kakraka asi wo no na ade achi a jasen so wo na himfie na nkọ bia so wo na himfie na kontre wo na himfie mo adwene mu ha o I'm not your regular guy. Don't be doing these things with me. General, a scientific training first na yenso and they say abey nwotwe na history no da bia memamo why ye wo country e wo jase ye say ni ade ayokofo pe ana kan ho ti munyimfiri wo yenko reforms no omusua de ana omudidi atem dek omusua na menema no aba na dwene omusua history no minimum history and the people with that knowledge of their history is like a bird flying without a tree to stand on. Eventually they will die. Munim baby amufri ba na meda hu baby amoko say ye na munim baby amufri ba dia akamba hu say akamfo ni nyina ya de ba ko na politics no ma sha ase echichemu na mfanteni asante wontokwa ana mfanteni etachimai skafo na mu wo akan state ni mu no mo sha ase organize matches be kan akamfo na bom na munya kwasesem no
exactly so
ti yanko why if you are Schwarzenegger also what the secret to abonte if you are no be asoma me ana me nua ba no no masoma so ukura ha adwendo why you say when you walk agona ni ade obi asoma se bebo de sister if you are so kamini papa o first me no anadwo bi yakọ ayi akramo no ye niam bi wo ho ni ade na afia na ye somsem edu ba bi ana na adwene no nso ye de awunua no no afa na sa adwene ne nye smende average no ayenko women MPP for reforms no ye baba Sharaf asem so we will still talk about it
exactly so
dek
no amount of intimidation
apu MPP no say ayedai ye the reforms aba so currently osha MPP
call
yewo a polling station and yewo electoral area now polling stations in here baby aye to aba so wo su polling stations baby a memetuma aba wa ya afija sechere east it may use afija sechere east na constituency na me de akere mo de yesi ye ba be ye now currently no yewo 152 polling stations in afija sechere east so fa wo so e de ko de wutabre e de ko wiamuase kuna odumase asaman akrofon so jamase e de ko bepuase buanim ni nyina wo kambo mu a police stations mako 152 now sa police stations 152 no now ko do police station bia no a e ye nipa num ana ye yi omo so omo ye police station executives chairman hwan ni ade ni nyina and the MPP force wa mudi nipa mienu be ka ho e wo police station it can for if just secure east for instance a police station be a nipa 5 it's 152 no it will give you a figure of 760 precisely police station executives ni nyina now you police station executives ni wi a omo ba omutime to aba ni beni ade electoral area coordinators it will fa electoral area no say Agona West no Alhaji Hashim Adams ono wo ho ofa be pass new tower yes Ayuba ono so wo ho dome Dumens ono so wo ho bedumase Montreal wo koduru wa emo so Kennedy ono so wo ho Foria manfo mu nyina edi se Kokudua wo mu nyina edi wo fa sa electoral area coordinators ya obeduru afija sechere east 34 but I know say other constituencies were more or less you went free so na make masembra yi free so na bra da bi yi na bra eti o ye ne ade no omoye over your friend say 34 now one coordinator to one electoral area eti ka de be kan ho 34 plus 760 it will give you a figure of I think 794 precisely so by and large these were the people that vote and so now what the constituency executives you know say chairman ofa chairman chairman down school ho na wa ba first vice anyas na waba second vice na waba secretary you can say Israel na deputy secretary wo munyina no wo mo ho Yakubu Halidu wo munyina Habila assistant secretary Habila na yes ana poku frefre wono no ni ademia na menu adimosi wɔyɛ organizer eti wo fa saa ɔmo ɔmo aka no a sɛ ɛyɛ deputy organizer amembu akofi general na make kan ho asɛm ɔmo amu ame ɛho amemmu ofu nti poku yɛ ba beto aba odwane kɔ UK kɔpɛ bibi bedi precisely MPP abeka ho asɛ na we nkrofobia ɔmo sɛ me ba MP wa ayi afija sechere east nti ɔmo ahya ase de me video sɛ me kan nsɛm bi na ano ne ade na de me kan no mutie ya nka ne sɛ geaduri bi wo ene na me kan ne wiem ana me kan man nsɛm ne me anam kan dem kan e bia nso me anam kan Eti general, oye no, your assistant secretary, your organizer, deputy organizer, your youth organizer, we could do Alpha. Alpha is war rim collect, what can your money a year rim collect, and your man will ye war shine it. One any deputy, any idea, any women's organizer, and you say so, Cindy, you're true about man, I'm more for ya, show me yet. Honestly, you can acquire a as I say, your dear mamma, more de shesso, one is a kina, no more yen, no more. Yani nemwana waba a year research and elections. That is from Pon and Crawford. And son waba a year a treasurer, Nana Koku, financial secretary niade. And on a number of 17 in number. And the MPP saw more increasing. Yabeshe. It's now what they are doing is that per every polling station, instead of a year 5 member per polling station, only 2 about become making 7. So the figure will now move away from 760 to 1,064. Exactly. 10 years. Now we are no free. The coordinators now we are 34. Say Besmark mo. Say Frank James and Bipua. Besmark Bipua. Woman na no you are free. Now come we are 34 and they are the 4 beka omo. It per every coordinator electoral area biano. You the nipa 4 beka. So say we are nipa 4 per 34 coordinate a year. That means it will be 5 per electoral area. Exactly. So electoral area biano, multiplied by 34, it will give you 170. Precisely. We are trying to expand the electoral college. Expand it. They make what I say. After we are, Yabama Kwaima, a former DC, former MP, former constituency executives, and no more hold the positions in the party. If says will be by here former DC, will be by here MP. Now after you free wa, who's who need say need decision making in the party here. It is wrong. Precisely. Obia by here constituency, police station executive. After you free wa, what's he taking decision with the party? One can hold the it is wrong. It's your friend, Yabama Quine. I'm a sancophone in Abeba. It will fair just secretary East constituency, for instance. Yet, it will give you a figure of about, let's say, 1,500 to 2,000 people. Whereas in the initial stage, you will be dealing with about 800 to 900 people, by and large. Now, from 800, when it is expanded to about 1,500 or 2,000, it is believed that it's a limited expansion, but included in decision making. They make what they say. If they say an MPP force will be reforms in urban, general Fansafa in a China, now, the electoral college will move from polling station executives of 760 using Efijasechere East constituency as the yardstick. Now, Omodia call a year 1,064. Then they will move from a year coordinators of 34. Now coordinators now about 170. Precisely. Then we are former DCs, former MP, former constituency executives, former police station like so it will really expand. Exactly. Now, as to whether or not these reforms are what we need, or we need mass expansion, and one repercussions, financial constraints. So far, I am in agreement with it for now. Precisely. But as we progress, we must be able to have every card-bearing member of the party given the opportunity to decide. Exactly. But you see, I need this database, and you pentamwa yani idea. General, we are no free one. Almost one of the reforms I deba, and it's a more miatuaba entem. Now, Matisse be no more years. Yebeto national elections, ni yato regional, ni yabeto constituency, ni yazo topsy turvy. That means ye tene adiania. And only no correct. You decide this. Omo decide this. So I am pene. Tie de make ye. You decide this. No omo decide this. So I am pene. Ye form for ni am pene. If said the entire empire say, Samunya to national organizer, to national general secretary, to national chairman, we are, and some year to police station, when you so be or be controlling the whole process out to the last member. Say, so we could be odia or be controlling this process, and we don't want a situation where the party will be living in the hands of the bourgeoisie. The party belongs to the people, so we must let the people decide. It's not the end of correct. Women decide this. Communication no cost say, "We must you better national, near quarter regional. Women to me yet, and must show Bibia sounds in ho." The moment you already decide and say, Canada, Japan, Bawomiane, Branch Champone, Quabre Japan. One more crop kunto kwado party nsu yakọ akwaba yanusu briye hey enokure yanusu briye yagoja defeat was so massive. So we are not in ordinary times. We need extraordinary measures to deal with extraordinary times. Exactly. Now this is what we are doing. Ya pese mu jan to kwano Jennifer Pon wo peka ne dinti wa ko na ayi your friend say Kofi Ofosu wono so pe ba omianti woni Jennifer na ko ne ade ani ase munya ne yanyi anu mfiri hontem na constitution no MPP constitution no dia kire ne say you opposition dia ye beto aba not later than 2 years 24 months. Now ye beto aba Ghana da bay ye beto bio 7th December 2028 it constitution say ye betimi ato a presidential candidate not later than it betimi ayene e betimi ayechina na momani kwan say 7 December 2024 2026
exactly.
That means what British constitution it's in another than Kokufado time I ba opposition in 2008 by 2010 years I think August 2010 and ye so October 2010 or so ye no obenya ample time dia campaign it we the omo ye enye news Wamo si Anton in them. Menu omu ya gane. Sabe ya kene Japan supporters. Ba omia supporters. Kwabene Japan supporters. Ombe ja anto kwano. Amo titi party ni mu. Party ni here no de. It's omu si December 31st. January 31st. Ye beto ba yi presidential candidate. Menu omu ya gane. Sa de awie na ye be dane de anya no kore e maso ne maso kina. Enti ye nkonkoto ne ntem. Do be lusu ne ni so ate ne wan. Do be winning so ni eja waka omu nyina bom na munya ntokwa bebre no Bruce Lee Gobi general sawa it's sunny ye no reforms ba konso say youth organizer position no first na would me di 39 kura no adi ene wo so mo ye free ho na wo mo di about 35 na wo se bi kamu yi we me ko kamu ma na menyai 35 no say national youth authority no the definition of youth say 35 from 15 to 35 na youth na NDC for no mutimi ya no pare adokura be youth awo mutimi ya na yenti and there we MPP ni ba ko wo ye ne say o hene say ye makwa mo pare ado ye youth organizer ni akofo obi a wonya yi ni ade am so ya no de enka no kure ba same okube ye youth organizer no na oni 35 eti ubetimi aye adwuma wa bra oni 35 wonnim ya onim yo eti we 35 na o mo mbeto ba ye youth organizer no se wo album ni mu nko ade a na wonnim fie 35 wa ubetimi atobi sa so na se wo ye women's organizer wo bepa obi a ye oba wo album ni so bia na betimi atobi eti regional no say regional elections are obi a wo region ni mu bia wo so wokoto aba say youth organizer no obetimi atobi so long as I win the 35
precisely
so omu wie no say reforms ni me say Tescom ye be man Tescom for no first na Tescom presidents nkwa na eto na afen ye be man Tescom patrons abeka ho etu fa Ashanti region for instance they are about 64 so 62 Tescom ni ade na concerns Ashanti regional youth for any reason and it says o makwan if the Tescom no obi o ha o free sunwane and o be school kumase and o be Tescom president and the patron na afi o ba 8 months pen o be sa akoni fie wo si de bo no mra me decide ma manfo na te wo eno na o mo hwe ni ade ba yen hwe ni anya se betimi bibia fa why now the reforms are there. Exactly. Yeah, expanded. Name see ya done in the say. Will be but two national and Sanya and the Anya Juma. I was ya. Jamaica just here. And a form for the Yampene. Yampene. Reforms, by and large, these are the major critical reforms. Limited expansion. Say, be any idea. After young top presidential candidate at the end of term, it is not in breach of any law because already the law is there. So we are following what the law says. Okay? The law of the constitution of the MPP says that not later than 24 months. Except that when Frank Davis moved the motion per the constitution of MPP, whenever a motion is moved, say it must take 6 months preparation. It will show moving of the motion then 6 months in January. It one movies and Kianya December. Nanka be bianco. But the running man who quite it's running their code January. January Kushia near Tuaba, one a baby party A, party B, General Secretary what the release about. It will no a the Joe Wise committee no say Joe Wise na be near day and you form me one committee says woman never sure. I mean yes I knew man yeah mommy and to name through why ya will be winning winning so won't win ya ma 10 years go won't win hey win ah deck ya ma 10 years go won't win why won't win be winning so be winning. These are the critical major reforms aba and yama mienu ehia pa electing of a year the can say presidential candidate exactly and this I beto abada no ade ne mienu national officers yama baako monto eyintem presidential candidate ntem ebom say ya dane no aba beto national kosi form ne de enya adwuma ne enya adwuma chena if Samuel Sadia, do be winning national chairman, or ambitions will be control the whole party. No than call for Shema could see the last end. Today, we better transfer for 15 years. Yampanesa, Shabro Bonuti, it's Yampanesa, and the train. Why? Deck, Yamon primary in the uncontempt. I was a boy, and they comes in the Bini, comes in the Mobile, when you campaign. Why? Tony, and we got him the Dianamon tongue. Fast. You know, I'm a chair Dumas. Jemfi Isaac Jemfi Michia, Watch Isaac is Michia, Alima to Sadia, Michia, Munina, Yuma Moya Frank, Michia Munina, Frank Jemensa, the Biano Trapon Kuna, or ye, a Yantidu, we are most one anno may coordinate about a general mosquito. We are Moise. Why me could do a me costa, many anti do money in the coin. Nti Mechia Munina, Moya Jumanso. Teacher constitution, we are Moise. On also ye Juma. One say when you coordinate about the Juma warrior no day. O say, I Nanako Kunina Simunina Moya Juma. When you're home. You know, I am sorry. Now young call her G-Tech in Sasa. Now young call Embranimu. Embra set G-Tech. Act 1023. Precisely. You can't act no. So wo shamra wo parliament. Na parliament shamra. The tosso. The entire will be Act 1030. Act 1023. That means the 1023 law. Ya pass Ghana's parliament. It will forbid say 1994. Act 494. Act 49889. There's a Embraer Tosso 494. It will forbid to say Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960. Yes, Act 29. That means Embraer Ghana share here Tosso 29. No. Say be Alpha Act 25, the Companies Act in India. Embraer Tosso 25. It's Embraer Ghana share here from 1969 in your file. Ebesin ne. The Tosso 1023. Embraer has set up G-Tech. Na G-Tech no more say. Yanko share a year. There be Danny. And you young code the functions of G-Tech under section 7L. If I'm called section 7 once, and son add number 36. 36 in here the criminalization of a yes, I you can say a chunk of computer moya. Yati Koma, Monko school, Enya way. It's so the doctor, so we a professor, so we a dear you. And Brad says so co school. Now your title.
Exactly.
I feel me a bedroom baby. And this if we're sorry will be hard to be to also. Tango computer. Near here, then you intention you any free son of the other the right in the bra. After Tango computer, and what dear Basse, where your doctor, and I did take a truck command. And for Tango computer, I bet you so. And no more my near days now. Yes, yes, when you title and this is for one. No more sound rubber on the doctor near the Gomus, school, I job was cool. And I did take actual crata. Now, young so far. Any part jitek actual crata, Danny, follow me and Sanya comrade, follow me. Yansha Nipa jitek, Dr. Tanko computer, one year Dr. Babia, according to jitek. If it's a jitek in a war, a year to me, a Becca say, you may read him what the constitution says. So jitek actual crata, and the common crophobia, Munyamo doctor news. It's one school to be a doctor, you must have studied for about 3 to 4 years. And son, why a doctor by book? Now, doctor knows you are better also medically. You must have spent the time of about 7 years as a medical doctor.
Let them know.
What do you mean, Kobe? Quite I know download your free network. A web so.
Download this.
I was what you trade Maswa, me a Dr. Tanko computer. Who was I know say Kings to know a year. Kings don't know what here I try you. Kings don't know what here on patent and maybe a Kings to know. Or say online. Online is your career and Rechiano Creti. Now you better say a criminal actor now. Per Act 1023, Section 36, you know. You better say I didn't know Dr. Tanko computer here. That's a border on criminality. And even in failing of forms, that's how the question also your doctor. Our brother when your doctor. Oko Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960 anymore. You were forgery. You were defrauding by false pretenses. It is a one your doctor said you pay according to GTEC one your doctor. And so now was your doctor. Ni your whole minister of communications. M1 yes acquire good ye. There is only one computer. Then if you can say video no. Some George very irresponsible character. Yentie some George. Very irresponsible character.
There's only one computer. With a PhD or no PhD. There's only one MP. There's only one computer. With a PhD or no
PhD. Such an irresponsible comment coming from a whole minister of state.
Precisely.
When Obia would demand for any, say, well, no, you give a said, dear boss. Now, what that man for? On your doctor, so a doctor. No man for any raising questions, or they can't be catching a man for no class, or we idiot for questioning him. And for a minister of state who should know better, he says that there is only one computer, whether you're a doctor or your doctor. We have brought a year democracy in the governance so low that people are no more held accountable for their actions. Obit me the other man for no on your doctor, also your doctor, and we get a minister of state endorsing such impunity.
Precisely.
Impunity. Say whether PhD or no PhD. So that means the arrogance of power. Just a man for a question, no. Or me and Kwasiafo. Yes, sir. You know, man for a Kwasiafo. So more question, no. So your doctor now, when your doctor. Yes, sir. And these are the people leading us.
Precisely.
And so almost me and commercial. Okay, you be true at Tanko computer. On your doctor. Daniel for young for Mama Kano, when your doctor no GTEC actual moment. For more picture about 1 year. One more picture 1 year. Coco, you page in so general Sadiman. I was your first in the Afe ye say afe papa yi Professor Adum Ofori elected one year professor GTEC na mo pay professor ne doctor no mo ko suku no dek mo ko suku this o mo ko suku so adai o ma download the ato mo professor when so honorable Dr. Desmond de Graft pay to say there one year doctor GTEC say one year doctor onya yusu what the share na yisu nyina wo what pe campaign honorable doctor nyina wo the share so na wan ko suku a we so ye na akoyo Ono so MP for Wutu Senya East. Ono so yase na doctor no de ato no so say Dr. Phyllis na akoyo. E wa bra onye doctor. G-Tex wonyi. Then this idi asemo a.
Expose them.
Anya by force. Shortcut aban. Omo download the doctor na sa. Won ko school ko he. Na akoyo. G-Tex wonya yusu.
Expose them.
Danny for last one bra. Wonya sa ne be. Tanko computer. And I know ba ko so doctor here oba here my your man body. Wonya doctor so a doctor. Then this muko school no wia. E be ye dey. Owura Collins that way. One cast why a doctor baby. And so Collins that they are competent enough. Let me hold the portfolio, sir. A minister of works and housing, minister of this year. By force says a doctor. Metia me doctor. Me ko kasa be a doctor. We make Kenya they say me we me masters no. Na me frame me yonku bi they say je nyumo. Na me ye na me say wo hwe. Dennis, me nko ye me doctorate na me nko sua law. Every Dennis anu anu di matter say kan kwasi asemo nkyere. Na what honorary lawyer da. So honorary doctor dey dey bo. Na honorary lawyer what be da. Eti ko sua de ntimi ma honorary. Apa. Na we me call kakra no. Hey law ni na fo mo. Na wo sua ka me ye ajai. Na me frame yonko ba ko. Na me yonko fo de omo nyino ma dwene nyewu. Me frame kwaku sisa kyere. Na me kwaku ade na nyame jai. Addition no den do. No be say na I call from time to time be. Na me so me call from 5 to anajo 9. No say ntu jai a. Esa 5 to anajo 9 de bia no de be ye den. Ngwase ase bia na de be ji. Ba ko tena ba bi atwa bi. I guess yin so. Nemo mamenka was a uko 5 years in the beba. Nemo eba the result of say otu asoko and say be for lawyer. And say the result of say 1 to us 1 ko. And say be anwa wen some kidney say. It is the choices yours to decide.
Exactly.
And I'm saying trust on makwa ampani ampa ye wura mu no. Aka 1 year ni ye wi. Enti monko school ni bi. O man ko bi entom bi se kadachie nko bi. Kadachie nso ko bi pa. Hey.
Let them know.
Hey, Makobio. It's a bonus. General, we say in the call level 300 in the law, Gempa law. You be we enche. To Munkobi, Namunwe. Download, you know. Na G-Tech war. The mandate say Oko section 7L of Act 1023. And if I make one year read this section 7L of Act 1023, near share the criminal aspect of Adianwa a year. And people must be prosecuted.
Exactly so.
People must be prosecuted. Then your first never 7L no. Now already a year Act 1023 no. 7L make a be done project and term in reading now. You want some breaker. You want some baby, sir. You know, and I want friend woman. Oh, you're fast, Danny. Project in ready. Now, section 7L of Act 1023. Danny said, Yanko, the own project in a ready. Na yana fa dia no to so na so kura Daniel no so on sentin na no nkrofo cast we NDC ni no akwaje bribe o eti e be release 7L no
Danny project yanko
so dia to so wo dia ma no Danny ana men ma fa to so we dia mseje Danny o Danny we dia nyawa ka bi dia sebo show Yebeko 7L near ready a year 8L near Dinina. Danny? Okay, maybe I told you project near reading Yanko. Now already at 7L of Act 28, section 7L of Act 1023. Or say the regulatory functions of the commission, which is G-Tech, include to A, Yeridi Elno, verify authenticity of all certificates, diplomas, and degrees upon request. The functions of a G-Tech, they be a mature criteria. As what authentifies authenticity. Say, you owe a tango computer, no? What say, where you know your doctor? For a certificate, you call your doctor, Nebra. Fabra. And only a man in a chair. Now, Oko 7 section 8 of Act 1023. Then he projected section 8, no media to see projected. Na Yanko. Section 8 ne say tienio 84D 84D say the commission is responsible for the accreditation of na ebra 4 or say the commission shall that is yanka A no D no yanko D regulate the use of higher education nomenclature and titles including university, college, emeritus, professor, doctor, chartered and related terms. That into project na yen ready e ho no. You be ready section 8.4D. Teach them. You read sections 8.4D. So the commission, the Juma section 8.4D na reading. Or see the commission shall D regulate the use of higher education nomenclature and titles such as college, university, emeritus, professor, doctor. So your commission na Juma. So mo be yesa. Na commission so sa wo to me say or recalling say wo tanko computer or ma fro say wo doctorate in fabra ampa won fa mai na yenko section 36 na yen read section 36 1 to D na yen hwa de 1D to G near radio it won't say the tanko computer it is a criminal offense precisely so. Then yanko section 36 1D to G so already section 36 or say a person or who tienye na yanko 1D then is zoom in let the people read zoom in so it's section 36 1D and then or say a person or who D refuses to comply with the request of information made by or on behalf of the commission. D denies access to relevant records for information made or on behalf of the commission. Denies access to obstruct a person authorized by the commission to obtain information. Provides information which that person knows is false or does not have a reason to believe it is true. Commits an offense. Tanko computer some information or the mark commission false so he commits an offense. Exactly. Why are we not arresting him? That's some judge to work cancel say whether PhD or no PhD. Tanko computer this is criminal act. Exactly. And he must be arrested and prosecuted. And so now mind to so it's mranya juma until now your mama cast 1 second was still a 1 second. Hey when you remember now, call it for no scam government. Criminal offense. The tanko computer and then fire. A criminal offense under section 36 of Act 1023. And so still I know yet your mama so far nyehwe. On pamono. Some judge be endorse no. I catch them for some of whether PhD or no PhD. He's still computer. Just look at that. Such disrespect, such arrogance of power. Exactly. Tango computer must be arrested, precisely, prosecuted, so. Exactly, with his accomplices. Your man a criminal, exactly so. And you make a and we are a nation of laws. Pay the law, precisely. Now, General, you're sorry, now yanka a travel ban on Ghana by the United States. So there is a potential travel ban. So now the United States are banning countries. And they say almost say review 36 countries. 36 countries and Ghana to 16. Nani fair so Trump administration considers adding 36 countries, including Ghana, to its travel ban. Why and he say why America say Trump the Ghana for can when you been called. Munu animal more horses were Ghana on Timin Kubu. Donald Trump idea or person no. And you was say na then or person yes sir. Danny to America ya opa when you been cool. America so the heaven on earth too. Hey, won't be a moving can was a seven channel. American one more man call. How many saw you Ghana and inquired on my he said Donald Trump into a yana jom former no domi market and makola for makola for na sa tunkra say ohene de pese ye wo no we can tell no ye cry any ade no and no yes wo sin onyanko a wo town enti wo mo ye na Wednesday na be ready enti main function next week Wednesday no mo modwa data enti next week Wednesday me ye na mo aten so tag Traders Association in Ghana ono so afreme so ohene wo ba ye be swat say you know ya baba was ye nyina ye be chicha onioma na ka kire general ni Kofi say shoe no mo ba won bia benya tutu na mom general de bia mema ne tere kura was team na ba ni obe chi obia shoe tutu e ma shoe mema shoe ni ade obe mo obia tutu eti Wednesday show ni ye koye ne wo makola why ye kwa mo so aka mo adwene makola for man me ka mo adwene no mo so ye be cha mo nioma ne ade sa ti ye gia ne ade abre street for eti travel ban ne beba ni ase da be e de ne si na ye wo ha na Donald Trump ko ka asem bi na fe ma mi omoku Dani Fatoso na ma mi omoku de to so say Ghana is considering we will also Donald Trump better yanka ko kan be kan ye mami at the right time we will take action. Vice President warns of Trump's say US aid. Mad aid to no man na Trump is with him. Ave o mo musika di biu. Ave yo na Vice President say Donald Trump at the right time we will take action. Yes, you ko kan be kan ye. Mami. Ebe ni wo na wo ko kan be kan ye. Trump in so abodam. Ko kan be kan ye. Enti emso ya na Trump se mo form to asema we aka me punish you afa ye wa na honorable John his excellency Malam John Yohani Malam Yohani nso se and I know South African president wa call America ma Donald Trump jojo no enti ene Trump's unfounded attack on Cyril Ramaphosa was an insult to all Africans. John Yohani ne mami o general yo ekeka bani o ya be bane Ghana fo obi antimi nko America enti o mo ye no ana ya sako wie se so no obi wo diplomatic relations you don't get hostile to yes anypa me ba be ka kiram sa de na okuje to abla kwa ye no e wo repercussions exactly e wo implications bi so ultimate sorry na wa close wo embassy say because enkrofo ye adwuma ho no MPP 40 ye pay enkrofo akohye it's matum ma shutting it down on the orders of Amatela ma shutting it down. We don't do that in diplomatic circles. Precisely. The moment you shut down your embassy, it is a hostile relationship you have with the hosting nation. So the host nation for your embassy and your US government. And when you take such actions without having to engage them, whether through note verbals or through proper writings, it is perceived as a hostile relationship you have with them. And a minimum can say Washington for a man be breed, there is evidence to that effect. And go for a break him. Sabesa Kurana or my Nomunya. And Jabaya said, we are serious. Oba ye was what called Lanche, Black Star a year, event in a while. Oba Sam Crawford. Meanwhile, Washington, baby and Crawford, see a black community all over the world. I will introduce a mirror of justice. You can black community all over the world. Okuja Black. America has the largest our mukurasika financial power to come and invest. After Okuja Black, yet was baby and Crawford bet me and Vesa Abakurumo. Shutting it down. And then Crawford came. So a month for visa. 6 weeks, 7 weeks in it. I got 3 months. 1 year, friends. All because of your recklessness.
Give me an update on where my passport is. This is unacceptable.
Where you unacceptable. General, what by bro for you say? What the visa application go to? Washington. Why am I? If you could just say, well, no, not getting we're shutting it down. Time open baby. What kind of irresponsibility is this and recklessness is this? Is that how governance is done? Because in Kofor year more perceived to be MPP. TSC a Paris be Pamo Munina. Near the end is Fukubo. Exactly. And then no se man phone into Kwamra. Black communities in the year of return or Mumra. Baby on Benya Vesa so Kran way. So basically Tria Vesa fee Mawa or no contractual relationship. And when you are not able to honor that contractual relationship without any proper communication, you have breached the contract. So a breach of psychological contract. And you sit there, and this is our foreign minister. And so Kufa the so or Cambro Furina, and said, Obesia, your foreign ministry. Wait. Washington and on the nam so Donald Trump say any 36 countries no I want to say Ghana munye serious to the more beka ho to consider adia be no any ma mu ye nyina ma the brand Ghana no in the eyes of the diaspora no never tantan sa it imagine say black American bi and now say African American bi so womra now we apply for visa. Now 6 weeks in 7 weeks. Onyaye. Most of them communicate here. Agoja. Ne papa muni. Where you am no? Afem be kan mate om 2 minute human. Ye be di mate ma dia. Kofa kofi paka wo se. Paka wo mo send sika no a. Say man nya antie say. Mu di mate mo ye sanem kakra. One district one factory. Wonya bi amambi. Ese mimi ano mama munya yu. Sadick Adam say wudi matem kakra. E ba be dru amambi. Tuantu susu dudu. Ese adwuma de memmo nya bi aye pa. Omba jiji ase coach ni. No mudi matem. Na be sesan de bayi. Me mesi me bosi me yade. Na ma ba kurade na bede no. Me am party kurade na bede no. Sata mo bojem so kada chio ye hunu su bida kada chio ene da ne hwe mo dia kada chio no onye credible mo hwirim enye credible obi onye credible na munya ne voice kasa chia na aban ebo munya ne voice o kasa chia na aban munya bibo Steve Wonder eti mo pa America ko ba bia be na we me yira send me warning o se je se Dennis nko na ka encourage you ma call on wo na abeba ha eso ya assignment na ni adaje abeba ha ma me uka ho fire